Hey everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. So, we all know I love a good tag video. So what did I do? I created a tag. So welcome to the Confessions of a Film Lover tag. Now the basis of this tag is that you answer questions based off quotes from films that reveal your kind of deepest, darkest film opinions and secrets. There are a total of 10 questions and I'm excited to get to answering them. So let's get on with this tag. The first question and quote is, well, that's just like your opinion, man, and that is your most unpopular film opinion. And I think my most unpopular film opinions come to those films that everyone loves but I hated, or films that I think are overrated. Now we all know how I feel about Gladiator, we'll talk about that later, but I think maybe my most unpopular film opinion is that I think the film Blade Runner is overrated. I know, watch me lose all of the subscribers. As well made as the film is, the hype around it being like one of the most important films in film history, yada yada yada, I don't get it. Maybe I need to go back and rewatch Blade Runner, but I don't understand the hype. And don't tell me it's because I don't understand it, I understood it fully. I'm really looking forward to the sequel Blade Runner 2049, so I will go back and revisit Blade Runner, but I don't understand the hype. The second quote in question is, "The limit does not exist" from Mean Girls, and that is a guilty pleasure film you can watch over and over and over again. And that guilty pleasure film, my friends, has to be Chalet Girl. Chalet Girl is known as a sports chick flick film starring Felicity Jones and Ed Westwick, but you have no idea how many times I've seen it. I've genuinely seen this film about 30 times, and I don't regret it. I love this film, it makes me so happy. Quote number 3 is, "Are you not entertained?" from Gladiator, and it's kind of relating to my opinion on Gladiator, and that is a film universally loved by everyone that you found boring. And that film is, spoiler, Gladiator. You know how I feel about Gladiator at this point. I really don't like the film Gladiator. There's something about Ridley Scott going around with Blade Runner and Gladiator. It's not that I don't like Ridley Scott. I love Ridley Scott, I really do. It's just those two films are just... oh, I don't understand why everyone loves them. Quote number 4 may be my favourite out of all of them, and that is, "Sorry, I left my Prada at the cleaners along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip-flops, you pretentious douchebag," from the glorious Social Network, written by the brilliant Aaron Sorkin. And this is the film you think is the most pretentious, and this has to go to Breathless, which is a French New Wave film. If you're not into French New Wave films, you're gonna think this is just nonsense. I watched it once and I was like, okay, fine. I couldn't get through it again. I had to study it in university and I couldn't do it. It was just a pile of nonsense to me, and I'm really not into French New Wave as a cinema movement, so I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just think it's pretentious nonsense and I don't like it. Number 5 is Draw Me Like One of Your French Girls from Titanic, and that is a film that describes your aesthetic. So something you just like the look of, that you wish your aesthetic sort of clothing and lifestyle would be like. Now, in a realistic sense, it's got to be a rom-com, it's got to be some sort of teenage drama comedy like The Breakfast Club or 10 Things I Hate About You, even though I'm not in high school anymore. But in an idealistic world, Rihanna's aesthetic would really like to be Stoker or Black Swan, even though those are two very disturbing films. The cinematography, the art direction and the costuming is something that is just gorgeous, and I wish I had. It's very gothic and very dark, and I just really love the look of both those films, so that's idealistic for me. Number 6 on the list is That's a Bingo from Inglorious Basterds. Now this is a director that has never once let you down, and for this I'm gonna have to go to my nearest and dearest, my true love, David Fincher. Now, as much as I despise The Game, and I've not seen Alien 3, but even he doesn't count that as his own film, every other film David Fincher has made has been a masterpiece. From Girl with the Dragon Tattoo to Zodiac, which I rewatched the other day and is incredible, to Seven, to Fight Club, to Panic Room. This guy is just a genius and I miss him so damn much. Please make another film again, David Fincher. I need you in my life. Number 7 is Don't Believe His Lies from Memento, and that is a film that someone told you not to watch and was awful, but you ended up loving. So I've talked about the film The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus quite a lot on my channel, but someone had told me that it was just god-awful. But I needed to decide for myself, so I watched this film. It's very imaginative, it's very creative. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite films, but I can appreciate it so much for its art direction, its story. It's so creative and imaginative. And yes, I can't remember who told me it was awful, but you were wrong. Number 8 is It's Only Forever, Not Long At All, which is from one of my favourite films and one of my favourite songs from Labyrinth. Now, this question is, if you could only watch one film for the rest of your life, what would that film be? And this is a very, very difficult one for me because you all know I have favourite films and I can't pick one that is just my favourite all-time love of my life. But if I have to watch one film, just one film for the rest of my life, I feel like it's going to have to be Big Fish, directed by Tim Burton, just because this film is a journey in itself. It's got happiness, it's got sadness, it's got adventure, it's a journey, it's so beautiful that I couldn't probably go on without watching Big Fish. Number 9 is Were You Rushing or Were You Dragging, which is from the film Whiplash. Now this is a long film that you think is perfectly paced. Now, as I said earlier, I rewatched Zodiac, directed by David Fincher. Now this is a 2.5 hour long film and it is paced to a T. The Zodiac investigation was over a decade, I believe, a decade or longer. And this film draws itself out to feel the time passing. And even though it's a long film, a lot happens, it is perfectly paced out with the timeline of this investigation. David Fincher will never let you be bored while watching Zodiac. As soon as you finish this film, you basically feel like you need to solve the Zodiac murders, because I did the other day. And that just shows the genius of David Fincher. And my final question and quote is number 10, and that is As You Wish. And this is your secret dream team of people that you would love to team up and make a film. This could be directors, actors, screenwriters, cinematographers, music, whatever you like. And it could be whatever genre you like. And for genre, I'm gonna have to pick thriller / drama. I'm gonna have it directed by David Fincher. I'm going to have the cinematography by Emmanuel Lubezki. I'm going to have the music by Johan Johansson, who does a lot of scores for Denis Villeneuve. And starring in it, oh, I could have so many people. I'm going to have, in this thriller drama, I'm going to have Emma Stone. I'm going to have Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, and Jake Gyllenhaal. I think that would make a cracking film. Someone pitched this to Hollywood. So there you have it, guys. That was my Confessions of a Film Lover tag. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I would like to tag Alyssa White, Cinema Darling, Cineclub Channel, Nix and Nax, and Impression Blend to do this tag. And if I haven't tagged you, just do it anyway. If you like this tag, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing lots more TV reviews and movie reviews for you guys very, very soon. As always, all my social media is linked down below in the description, or I am at Rihanna Toro and everything if you want to come follow me. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye!